Hi, it's me again, Gary. Featured month artist, whatever. Yes. I'm going to talk about a couple of things. First of all, I'll introduce you to this guitar, which is Regal Tricorn. It's kind of a battleship grey dimpled body, fabulous machine. Thank you to a very good friend. Most people, when they see a guitarist, they expect it to be played with slide and with blues and so on, and it can be, and I will, if I can tune up halfway through this video. But I like the sound of a resonator in standard tuning, fingerpick. So when I've had a mouthful of this coffee, I'm going to do that. Coffee, good. So it's tuned without the cap on. Tuned D to D, but I'll put the cap on. I think a fingerpick resonator in standard tune has got a great sound. Let's do a song. Blues on the ceiling over my head, running down the walls, across the floor and into my bed. Blue light across the street, blinking on and on. It's so lonely now she's gone. I'll never get out of these blues alive. I'll never get out of these blues alive. Love has been a journey, 5-letter word to me. I was into the blues, over my head, blue was all I could see, up to my neck in misery. I'll never get out of these blues alive. I'll never get out of these blues alive. Blues kids aren't fooling with my weary head. Cocaine couldn't numb the pain, I'll be better off dead. Blue light across the street keeps blinking off and on. It's so lonely now she's gone. I'll never get out of these blues alive. I'll never get out of these blues alive. Blues have been a dirty never get out of these blues alive. I'll never get out of these blues alive. Blues on the ceiling over my head, running down the walls, across the floor and into my bed. Blue lights out now, at last I sleep. The better the blues, the better they keep. I'll never get out of these blues alive. I'll never get out of these blues alive. I'll never get out of these crazy blues alive. That was Blues on the Ceiling, a song by Fred Neil, who wrote Dolphins and Everybody's Talking at Me. Okay, more coffee. While I attempt to retune this guitar, I have some thoughts, which you may be sick of or you may not be. I used to run quite a lot of open mics across the roundabout anyway. For 2 summer seasons I ran an open mic every week up at Tan Hill, which was interesting. Some weeks there was nobody to play, so I played, because that's what you do. Other weeks lots of people came to play, and some of them were you, because you were there. You were. A couple of things about open mics. First of all, if you're going to perform at an open mic and you're not an established or kind of comfortable performer, make sure you've got fresh strings on and that you're tuned up and all of that kind of thing. And if you get the chance to do 3 songs, which is usual, make sure that the song that you play first is the one that you know inside out and upside down. It might not be the best song you perform, but if it's the one that you know the best, you'll relax, hopefully before you play it, but definitely during the song you know what's going to happen next. You know what chord changes are going to be, you know the next line of the verse and all that. So it'll help you relax. So do the song you know best first of your 3, speaking for beginner performers, if you like, or even just nervous performers. And then 2 other songs, obviously. If you're doing original songs, then you might need to have a little bit of chat about what they're about, but don't talk too much. Let the songs do the talking. And I remember some advice that I gave somebody at an open mic that I was running. He's used a loop pedal, which is fine. But he had a habit every time, and in fact at some of his gigs that I later saw. First of all, he would say, I'm going to use the loop pedal now. And then he would say, it might go wrong. Well, my advice to him, which I verbalised, was, when you're going to use the loop pedal, don't tell people that you're going to use it. Just use it. Loop pedals aren't a novelty anymore for most people. And secondly, if when you use your loop pedal it might go wrong, don't use it. Make sure that you know what you're doing before you take the loop pedal out. Now, an open mic might be the place to work that out and make sure it works okay. Possibly. So let me... something vaguely resembling an open tuning. We'll get back to that. Also, if you're running an open mic, well, I've run quite a few, you might run them differently, but when your first person is singing their 3 songs, when they get to the end of their second song, so they've got 1 song left to go, tell the next person who's on that they're on next. It gives them time to get the guitar out of the case, make sure it's tuned up, find the words, and relax a little bit instead of thinking, as I've seen at some open mics, and next, please introduce Jimmy Smith. And Jimmy Smith is sitting at the bar or hiding in the toilet and hasn't even got a guitar out of his case yet. So please, give people who are playing at your open mics plenty of time to get ready. And secondly, I've had all kinds of people come to play at my open mics. Comedians, poets, musicians who are on tour and have got a night off, musicians who've never played anywhere except in the bedroom, musicians who want to do it on their own, musicians who won't do it unless you're playing with them. Always ask, don't just jump up and start playing. Don't do it. And another piece of advice, not just about open mics, although this has happened at some open mics I've run, but also at gigs. You have no idea who's sitting out there in the audience. When I was doing Tan Hill, as some of you might know the history of Tan Hill, all kinds of people turn up there just on the night off, or turn up there to play. I think the Arctic Monkeys were there one night and just decided to play. And various other bands have just turned up, and I've had all kinds of people sitting in the audience, and only later, after you've finished playing, oh, I do this, I do that, give you a business card, or say, oh, send me a message, or whatever. You have no idea who's listening, or what they might be able to do for you. That's not why you do it, of course, you do it for fun. Okay, that's the end of today's advice, I think. But I'll play a bit of slide on this. I'm not very good at slide. I'm of the belief that it's really easy to play a very bad slide. It's very hard to play a very good slide. I'm kind of just up from the very bad bit, I think. But I enjoy doing it. When I play acoustic slide on a resonate like this, I'll play an open tuning. Normally it's G, but I think this is open D. But when I play a slide on the electric guitar, I use standard tuning, and don't ask me why, I just do. For a slide I have this brass one, which I'll try and zoom in on. It's tapered in the top end there, well, from the bottom to the top. It's brass, it's quite thick at the top. And a long time ago, it must have been in the 80s sometime, I used to play in a band called the Bob Allison Country Band, and we had some regular gigs we would do, and I think it was in North Shields somewhere, where we would go every 3 months. So I was attempting to play some slide on one of the tunes just to give a different flavour, and I had this horrible stainless steel thin walled thing. And a friend of Bob Allison was at the table when we were having a rest. He picked it up, the horrible one, and said, oh, show me your finger. Sure, I showed him your finger. He said, all right. And then 3 months later, when we were back there, it gave me a brown envelope, and it had 2 of these in. Heavy duty brass slides, tapered, ideal for the little finger. And foolishly, not very long after, I gave one away, and I really wish I hadn't. However, this is the one that I use almost all the time. Fairly recently, I picked up this, which is a stainless steel Martin Simpson slide. Again, it's tapered. It's a bit longer than this brass one, as you'll see. There are some Martin Simpson signature slides that are made from really expensive material. This isn't one of them. But it fits on the little finger, and I've been using this one more than that one recently, partly because I don't want to lose this. I've had it a long time, and I foolishly gave the other one away. Anyway, it's I'll just do a bit of this. Yes, just up a bit from really easy to play awful slide. But it's something you might want to add to your arsenal, or whichever football club you support. I think that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed something of this. Not too much guru advice today, but there'll be some more, don't worry. Take care of yourselves, enjoy yourselves, go and play some guitar. See ya.